The people that got the initial 50 are just going to get something a little extra, kind of like Kickstarter, because they guys backed me when it first came out. So you're going to get something a wee bit extra, so don't panic.
What was this called?
This is the Facebook test.
Cool.
And it is what it is. It's a book test with Facebook. Now, how do I describe this? I have a crib. I'm not going to lie. If you look in here, on the back of my cinema card, I have printed off a crib. Right?
That's awesome.
So in there, I know between the numbers 1 through 6, I have whoever I need in there. The Facebook app you're seeing is a slightly out-of-date Facebook. It needs to be updated. But it's one I've made myself. It is a web app. All it does is display what I tell it to. Now, you'll notice this as well. This is quite funny. I'm in airplane mode, so this Facebook just wouldn't work. Odd thing is, if you're in that situation, no one would ask. But I'll put this here just so we can get a straight off shot. So what I need to do is ask them to press on the message button. In all fairness, you don't have to press there, but it just ties in with how Facebook works. So I talk you through going into my messages, but basically you can press anywhere. If I press hard enough, come on. Did I reset this? Goddamn technical, always at the end, isn't it? Let me just reboot the app. Might have been because it was up and running from the last time. Just boot it up. I even put in a splash page as well. There we are, rebooted. But you can basically press anywhere and it'll take you into this screen with 6 people. So I just tell you got a number between 1 and 6 in your head and pick that person. Pick that number. So whatever one you pick, you can go in there. So in our case, we've picked number 4. Try and get it so the light's not reflecting. Once you're in here, I say, don't worry about the sentences, just go down the lines. Now, I always know there's going to be, I put these statements in. They're completely fabricated. And Amy's, I believe it should be chocolate. I remember Amy's, I don't know why. But the only word that is big on the 4th line is, I'll bring the camera in as well.
Chocolate.
Is chocolate, which ties in with my crib here. There, see? So now I have a way to make you go to a line in a name. So as long as you pick, say, any number between 1 and 6, you can choose that person. Press on them. You're going to choose that number again on the line, and there's only one big word in there. Now I tell you how to get back out by pressing the word, which you do. Now this is the point where I get my peak. That's why I panicked a little bit when you're ready to press that top button. I was like, don't you press it, I'm going to hit you. When you come back out into this main screen, the camera's going to come in uber close here. A bit more. When you come back out, look at the time when the last message was placed. It's 14. All I need to do is take 10 off of the number. And it tells me your number. So if you choose number 3, that'll display 13. So on and so forth, right? So when I bring this back, I just peek that, get the number, and look in here to see what it is. And that's basically it. It's a standard Ola web app. As I said, it is coming up for a good update. Again, original backers, you're going to get something extra. I do apologise, but those are the guys that showed me love then, so I need to show them love now. With the app, I will have a copy of this available for you. It does come with preset stuff. It's non-customizable. I do apologise, I did make it myself. The other backers will have that stuff, don't panic. But yeah, I'll make it available for you, and I'll even give you the details on how to make up your own little crib sheets that go on the back of things. Any more questions on that?
Someone just mentioned about what if you don't carry a wallet, but if you really tried hard enough, you could memorize the list.
I did have the list memorised, but I like to change them out now and again.
Sure, yeah, if you keep it fresh.
Just keep it fresh for me, and it just keeps the head going.
But you don't necessarily have to have a wallet. You can, have the crib on lots of different things.
Oh, I used to have it on the side of the phone.
I was just going to say it could be on the phone or even like a deck of cards.
Again, what I have printed this crib off on is it's called Smurfit label tape. It's a clear label tape, so you can print off on it, and it's clear. So it'll go on anything. I bought a clear iPhone case. It was clear on the side, one of the crystal clear ones. And I just printed off the crib thin and stuck it on the inside here. So they're holding the crib. So as long as I come back and I get the number, I can press the button and say, right, so this person, I'm standing looking at it as I'm talking to them.
That's great.
Do you know what I mean? The reason I just like this is the whole money aspect.
Sure, yeah, it makes sense with the
I mean,
bat.
it just kind of ties in. And this lets me carry something else with me. In fact, I wasn't going to give this one away. I need to be careful what I'm going to do this with as well. Oh, nice and quick. The Facebook app for you guys that did pre-back beforehand, email me up at my standard email address and I'll hook you up with a new one.
What is that? What's your email address?
Alan@rorrison.com. Again, you guys will give you a link. For anyone else that would like the one that I'm using here, just hit me up and I'll hopefully help you on out. Because you're part of the whole Penguin Live thing. I know it's not the new, all flashy and all dancey one, but it still gets the job done, as you've seen. Now for another nice little quick thing. Now this is primarily for the, is that going to work? Yeah, this is primarily for the UK boys. I think Canada as well, but it doesn't really work anywhere else, and I'm just going to set this right up in front of you because there's no big deal here. If you're in the UK, you can do I call it chip and pin. It's like identity theft. So you can come up and show your card. I'll try and keep certain numbers of this card current at all times, but it's just the PayPal one. And it's got this little chip on there. To steal someone's identity in the UK, you don't have to worry about the numbers in the back. All you have to do is this. If you come up, and if the camera can come right in, it will help. Perfect. You can come up and just pop that thing right on off. Now that means you have the person's identity now. You have all their details, their name, everything. This even stores the signature. Now of course, if you're doing this with someone else's card, you don't want to break it. So what you can do, so if you come up and just hit the right spot, right there, you can just restore it right back on. And at that point, you can hand this back out. Now, in the US, I know some college campuses have this little chip on there. The UK, every card has it, has to have it. And in Canada, a lot of cards have it as well. Your gimmick is one of these. If you want to zoom in on that. This is just a sticky chip, basically. Now, you don't have to go through the hassle of saying you lost your card. All you have to do is just go buy a SIM card. This is the chip off of a standard large SIM card. It doesn't even look the same, but during routine, no one notices. So what you're going to do is have this in your rough fingertip clip. Now, when you're holding the card, if you have it upright, the chip's always going to be on the right-hand side. So when you take it upside down to begin with. And you're just going to let this finger contact the back just below the upraised numbers and come up. Now, that was a pretty good guesstimation from the get-go, and I would generally be happy with that. But at this point, you're coming up this way, so feel free to adjust slightly and just stick on. And then turn around and cover the standard pip. The odd thing is, no one generally notices where the pip is. Then all you're going to do is just peel off that gimmick. Now, I will pinch and pull to get a little clicking noise and bring this up and show. Alright? Now, at this point, what I'm going to do to put this back on is just rotate this up that way. So from here and up. So the chip for me ends up on the upper side. Then I'm going to come in and pretend to put the chip on. I put my thumb over the chip and just stick this to the back of my thumb. And pull up and then rub here. So at this point, it looks like I'm taking the chip and just putting it back on the card at the exact position it should be. And then I flash it upside down. So they see the chip on there and just hand it out. It's cheeky, bold, but it works. And feel free to grab the numbers, folks. It doesn't work anymore.
We were talking earlier about if you're in the States and you don't have that chip, you can do it with a little Visa.
You can do it with a little thing, and you can also get online, they call it sealer holograms. It's just like little holograms you're supposed to put on like documents and stuff. Just cut out a piece in the rough shape of your hologram. Because the image doesn't have to match.
So it's really the same concept, just with the hologram instead of the chip.
The only reason I went into that is because that's the other thing that is on the back of my crib.
Nice.
Awesome.
So you have a crib that works double duty.
Yeah, always, man. Right, so the other routine I was going to play with on that. Oh, I'm calming down now, that's good. The other routine, and this is why I get into the whole app talk. Who am I going to play with here? In fact, yeah, I'll play with you again, that's fine. You can stay there, that's fine. Now, do you read a lot?
Yeah.
I've got an ass to I've gone through a phase now of, because I've got my iPad, I'm just downloading everything. And just reading every damn book I can find. The